Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We are live after 5 a.m. and this is a sprite movement. I'm going to show you how to automate your sprites via a timer. I'm going to have this guy go back and forth. This is Sprite X and this is Sprite Y. This one's going to move up and down in the Y-axis. This one's going to move left and right in the X-axis. So let's go ahead and import some pictures that I just created in GIMP. Okay, there you go. So those look really good. I made those in GIMP. By the way, if you are doing Pong, you may want to spruce it up by just adding some cool paddles like I just did there. That's a good idea. All right, so we're ready to go ahead and just start this. So let's go ahead and do the blocks. I'm going to do the blocks from scratch. I'm going to create a global variable called a counter, and I'm going to count every time I hit an edge. Okay, so when you initialize the screen, you want to go ahead and turn your timer on. Timer is enabled to true. And you probably also, I'm going to go ahead and just set the time interval. Time interval, I'm going to set to like, about 100. Okay, so then all I'm going to do is go into my Sprite Timer, and this is what's going to make the sprites move. And then I have an edge reached. And an edge reached. And we'll duplicate this. We will count, this will be count Y. This is count X. So when you get into the Y, when the Y hits an edge, it's going to count Y, and we'll do some math plus. And this is going to be get the count Y plus 1. And that's done. And I'm going to do the same thing down here for the X. Duplicate this. This is count X. This is count X. Oops, sorry. This one up here should be count Y. And that's done. And now you just do an if statement. So if, and we'll do an else if. Actually, I can duplicate that. So if equal to, if modulus of variables get your count X divided by 2, because it's either going to be odd or even, and it's going to be equal to 0 or 1. So if it's equal to 0, then all we want to do is move our X so we'll go to image sprite X and set images sprite X, and then we can go ahead and add image sprite X again. You only need to do it one time. And I'm going to add like 10 pixels to it. And then else, since I did the else, I'll duplicate this. if it's odd, so if this is odd, then we want to just subtract. So I'm going to subtract here. Okay. And then you need to do the exact same thing for the y. So if global count y divided by 2, global count y divided by 2 is 1, then this is going to be y, this is going to be the 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 y, and 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 I'm done. And now those sprites are going to go back and forward. Okay. So let's go ahead and run this, see how it works. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I already have that done. What I can do now is if you wanted to put these, this is working perfectly, and if you wanted to put it on random speeds, all you'd have to do is add in another clock. So just add clock. So now I could separate these clocks, and I'll rename this clock move sprite y, and this is going to be move sprite x. And then all I would do is go ahead and do the same thing here. Expand this a little bit. And then this would be sprite y, then sprite y. And then every time these hit an edge, what we could do is we could set it up so that you get a random time interval. So let's go ahead and do that. So we're going to go ahead and set, which one's y? This one. And this one's x. Okay. And then what you can do is just put a random integer from 1 to 100 in there. And this is going to be, where'd this guy go? Oops, sorry. 20 to 100. Okay, and that's it. And now every time it hits an edge, you're going to get a random speed in here. It's going to go faster and slower, faster and slower. You guys with me on that? You guys see that? So that's all it's going to do is just go at random speeds here. Okay. So let's go ahead and try it now. Okay, look, you guys see how they're speeding up and slowing down? And that's how you can, that's how, if you do the random speeds, then you're not going to, you're going to be able to get the ball by the guy. You with me? So you don't want to have it the same speed every time, because then that guy's gonna hit it all the time. All right, so I hope that helps. That was a 9-minute video. Guys, if I can do something in 9 minutes, that's pretty major to your program. Are you with me? You guys can do this in 6 days. 6 days times 50 minutes is 300 minutes. You with me on that? So work on your projects. Last day to do this, and keep calm and code on.